வந்து பப்ளிக் எக்ஸ்பெண்டிச்சர் கிளாஸ் தான் உங்களுக்கு எடுக்க போகிறேன். தேர்ட் இயர் எக்கனாமிக்ஸ் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு. இந்த நோட்ஸ் இப்போ நான் ஸ்க்ரீனில் பார்க்குறீங்க இல்லையா, இது வந்து லாஸ்ட் இயர் ஒரு பெஸ்ட் ஸ்டூடெண்ட், ஷீஸ் ஃப்ரம் தமிழ் மீடியம். அந்த கேர்ளுடைய நோட்ஸ் தான் இது. பட் அவங்க வந்து நான் கிளாஸ் எடுக்க போகும்போது எடுத்த ஹிம்ஸ் வந்து ரொம்ப நீட்டாக எழுதியிருக்காங்க. ஸோ அது கண்டிப்பாக உங்களுக்குலாம் யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக இதை பேஸ் பண்ணி நான் இங்கிலீஷ்லேயே எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணிடுறேன். ஸோ தட் தமிழ் மீடியம் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு இந்த நோட்ஸ் யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும். இங்கிலீஷ்லேயே நீங்கள் கான்செப்ட்லாம் புரிஞ்சுக்கலாம். இங்கிலீஷ் மீடியம் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸுக்கு வந்து எக்ஸ்ப்ளனேஷன் தெரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க. உங்களுக்கு வந்து கண்டென்ட் வந்து இங்கிலீஷில் நான் உங்களுக்கு அடுத்து அப்லோட் பண்ணுறேன். ஓகேவா? ஸோ இப்போ லெட் மீ ஸ்டார்ட் வித் திஸ் தேர்ட் யூனிட், பப்ளிக் எக்ஸ்பெண்டிச்சர். Public expenditure is more important like public revenue to the government. Only to go for public expenditure, government is collecting revenues through tax and non-tax revenues. Okay, here in this introduction they have given in this fiscal economics, next to public revenue, this public expenditure is more important. Then they have given the definition for the term public expenditure. It is very simple. The expenditure of the government is called public expenditure. For 2 marks question, you can give the answer in a simple answer, that is the expenditure of the government is called public expenditure. Here the government refers central government, state government and local governments. Indian government is functioning in three-tier system, that is central, state and local government. So here the government refers central, state and local governments. So the expenditures of central government, state governments and local governments are called as public expenditure. But actually this is the general explanation. But there are two views given by the economists for the term public expenditure. According to classical economists like Adam Smith, Ricardo, they have given their opinion about this public expenditure. According to classical economists, the public expenditure, that is the government expenditure, is very limited. That is the government will spend money only for police, defense and justice. So here, according to them, the government is functioning as a police state. Government is called as police state. That is in Tamil we can say காவல் அரசு அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். That is they will spend money only for police, defense and justice. Okay, according to Ricardo have given his opinion that to have a peaceful government have to reduce its functions. But actually this classical economist views will not be suitable to the present day economy. Present day economy is a modern economy. The functions of government is elaborate. It has increased. The government is called as welfare government, especially after 1930s, that is after the Great Depression in happened at world level. Our the functions of the government and responsibilities of the government have started increasing. So according to the views of modern economists, they have given the idea that the modern governments are having more responsibilities. So they have to do something for the society. They have to look after the needs of the society. So government is having the responsibility to do all the functions here. Hence this government is modern government is called as welfare government. So according to Professor Wagner, one of the modern economists, he has given the idea that um, that to increase the government have to increase its function. Accordingly it has to mobilize more revenues to look after the functions. This is the idea given by Professor Wagner. Likewise Professor Musgrave has given a list of functions of the government. He categorized the functions of the government. So according to Professor Musgrave, that is to diversify the resources. To diversify the resources, government is the this is the responsibility of the government. That is all the expenditures must be diversified to all the sectors. And second one, to stabilize the economy, government have to spend the money. Government have to undertake some functions. The next one, government have to start some of the public enterprises. For that, it has to incur the expenditure. Then, according to Professor Ursula Hicks, she is one of the economists. She has given the idea that in this modern economy, most of the plans, most of the schemes are implemented only for the benefit of the society. For that, it has to get more revenue. It has to get more revenue, and that revenue has to be spent for the to implement the schemes. Okay, for example, employment generating schemes, 5-year plans, then industrial policies, agricultural policies, then housing sector policies. Likewise, government have to then welfare schemes. Likewise, government is having lot of schemes even now in this pandemic situation. For this the health sector, government have to incur more expenses. It has a lot more money. So these are all so to look after the society, government is implementing number of schemes. For the implementation of those schemes, government needs government have to spend much. Okay, so these are all some of the ideas given by classical economists and modern economists about the public expenditure. Next, we will see the canons of public expenditure. Here, how this canons, that is the rules and regulations, is otherwise called as canons. This canons explains us how a public expenditure should be. How a public expenditure should be. Here, some of the rules are classified by these canons. Okay, generally all the expenditure must give some benefit to the society, or we can say here the பொது செலவு என்பது சமுதாயத்தில் நலனை மேம்படுத்த வேண்டும். That is, that is government must increases the benefit in the society, benefit of the society. Apart from that, the money or the revenue allotted by the government to each and every sector must be properly spent, properly utilized by the governments or the particular department. Okay, so for these purposes, these canons are created. Professor Shiraz have given 7 canons of public expenditure. The first one is canon of benefit, uh, canon of uh, canon of benefit. Then second one's canon of economy, canon of sanction. The next one, canon of surplus, then canon of elasticity, then canon of productivity, then canon of distribution. So these are all the 7 canons of public expenditure given by Professor Shiraz. First, let me start with this benefit, canon of benefit, that is Nanmai Vidhi. So here, according to the views of the economist, the expenditure done by the government must give some benefit to the society, some benefit to the society. Here, the social benefit, that is benefit to the society, social benefit refers, that is the expenditures must bring income equalities, then social justice and maximum social advantage. Okay, here government must get revenue, that is must collect revenue from through taxes from the high income group, and it has to be spent for the downtrodden society. Then only this benefit will be reached, that is avoiding this, that is elimination of income inequalities, and getting this social justice. The next one, maximum social advantage through this public expenditure. This is the canon of benefit. The next you will see the canon of economy. Canon of economy tells us that, that is the government, when the government is undertaking expenditure for the people or for the society, it has to avoid them extravagant expenditures or unnecessary expenditures. Okay, so that the entire amount must reach the society. When the government implements some of the welfare schemes or some of the employment generating schemes, to implement those schemes, or those implement those schemes, uh, the government must avoid the unnecessary expenditure like transport expenditure, then implementation expenditure likewise, so that this kind of economy must be followed, where the government spends money for the society. If the government follows this canon, definitely the public expenditure full amount will reach the 100% amount will reach the society. The next one, canon of sanction, that is each and every expenditure incurred by the government, government, the officials must get the prior permission from the concerned authority, then only that is from the finance department or from industrial department. So only after getting the sanctioned, that is a permission, then only the amount must be spent to the particular department. So this is the main rule followed in this public expenditure. Apart from that, after the public expenditure, each and every department must have a proper accountability for the expenditure done by them. Apart from that, each and every public accounts or our accounts should be audited at the end of the financial year. So this also the most important one. So this will regulate the public expenditure in an economy, because the expenditure done by the government, the amount is the public revenue is the common money, that is people's money, so it should be properly spent for the society. So it should be properly, the account should be properly maintained, that should be properly audited. The next one is surplus, canon of surplus. Here, when the government allots amount to each and every department to go for to spend for that particular department, it has to have some surplus amount, because the surplus fund will be used at the time of emergency. For example, now we are in COVID-19 pandemic. So for the health department, government would have um, allotted some revenue. If the government allotted some surplus revenue in the previously, that should be, that will be spent now, because we are in pandemic situation. The health department is in need of more revenue. So here, to fulfill this emergency expenditures, the surplus revenue will be more useful. So this canon of surplus must be followed in the by the government when they distribute money to each and every department to go for public expenditure. But at the same time, the surplus amount must be rationally spent towards the society. It should not be wasted, it should not be spent unnecessarily. Okay. The next one is canon of elasticity. Elasticity is nothing but when the government is that is when the economy is at the time in the stage of inflation, government is able to reduce its expenditure. When the economy is in depressed stage, government is can increase the public expenditure. This is how the elasticity, that is canon of elasticity must be followed by the economy, followed by the government in public expenditure. The public expenditure should not be rigid, it should be flexible. At the time of need, the public expenditure should be increased. At the time of that is inflation, it should be curtailed accordingly. The rules must be framed by the ministry of finance. You see here, they have given an example at the time of emergency like flood, cyclone, tsunami, then drought, likewise in these periods, the public expenditure must be increased at the time of this prosperity, at the time of boom. Okay, in normal period, the public expenditure can be normalized or it can be reduced. Okay, accordingly they have to have the rules, that rules are called canon of elasticity. The next one is canon of productivity. That is each and every money spent by the government must be productive in nature. It should not be wasted. It should not be wasted because the revenue is from the collected from the people, so it is a common money. So that is society's money. It should be properly spent. It should be a productive. It should give some productivity. That is, if the money is spent for productive purposes like creating employment opportunities, or for the establishment of industries or public sector industries like that, it will give some output. Okay, so here the input output analysis must be fulfilled. Then that is called this canon of productivity, we can say. The next one is canon of distribution. In the countries like India, we have more of that is income inequalities or economic imbalance, we can say. So in these in these countries, government have to concentrate on the economically backward section, and government have to spend more for those people, economically backward people. In that case, the government will spend money, or government will allot money for free education, free medical facilities, then employment opportunities, employment generating schemes. For all those purposes, government have to spend more, so that we can bring the government can bring economic equality to some extent. Okay, so this is called canon of distribution. So up to this, we have seen seven canons of public expenditure. At the end, we can say here, according to Professor Shiraz and Professor Dalton, according to their view, for to attain economic development, or to get sustained economic development, public expenditure is more important, especially in the countries like India. The responsibilities and duties of the government is go on increasing, since we have more of population. So we have to government have to concentrate on human resource development also. We have to make each and every citizen as an asset. So in this regard, the countries like India, they have to go for productive public expenditure, so that the economic development and social development can be easily achieved. So to attain this economic development and social development, government have to concentrate on these canons when they are going for public expenditure. So with this, we will finish this video today. Tomorrow, let me start with the causes for the growth of public expenditure in India. That is more important one. In every question paper, we can see these two questions. Okay, canons of public expenditure and causes for the growth of public expenditure in India.